Fin on Teo the Magic Planet, stylized as Fin on Teo the Magic Planet, is a 1996 computer game for Windows-based computers made by Fujitsu about a creature that is a hybrid of a bird and a dolphin, which the user could communicate with via a microphone, which came with a game with a webcam add-on called the Smart Sensor. Fin was produced by Makoto Tezuka. Fin responds to the player's tone of voice and volume of the voice. One reviewer describing Fin as a virtual mood ring. 30,000 copies were sold in the first year in Japan. Fin is much like the popular Tamagotchi, but for a PC. If he is not fed or paid enough attention, he would sing a sad whistling song or sometimes fly away. There are different versions of Fin and each version has a limited number of worlds available. There was a 3-world version, a 4-world version, a 5-world version, and a 6-world version, which has all the worlds. Described as experiential multimedia, it was reported that Fujitsu had invested 7 years of hardware and software research in the general techniques of artificial life and new graphics technology, the latter manifesting itself in this specific title through a claimed 40,000 polygons, being used to animate Fin at 10 frames per second, with most screens in the game supposedly requiring 1 million polygons in their presentation. At the time, Fujitsu sought to broaden its business beyond hardware into multimedia software, reportedly making half of its $3.6 million research and development budget available to multimedia applications. Plot. The game's main goal is to win Fin's friendship. There are many ways to communicate with Fin. The first way is to press the 1 to 5 keys, which make a sound that attracts Fin. The second way is to use a microphone and a whistle that come with a game, but if the player makes a loud sound or uses the whistle to scold Fin, he will run away. In the 3, 4 and 5 world versions, the player can record their own voice using the Fin sound recorder that comes with a game and a microphone. Their voice then plays back when they press the 6 to 0 keys. There is also a separate sensor unit that informs Fin whether the player was sitting in front of the screen. The sensor doesn't work in the German versions because of a faulty installation routine. Characters. Fin is the main character of the game. He is half dolphin and half bird. The player can watch him sing, fly, swim, play, talk and interact with him in different ways in different locations. Finina Fin's wife. She can be seen in the secret inlet, Rem River Bank, and the nest, which is only available in the 6th world version. Fin Jr. Fin's kid. He can only be seen in the 6th world version at the nest when Finina lays an egg and it hatches. He flies away from the nest after a month. Various flora and fauna. There are various animals and plants in the planet Teo. Some plants only appear at night, and some only at day. Some animals are friendly to Fin, while others want to eat him, but they never can. Weather. The game includes natural weather, from sunny days to cloudy days, rain or even thunderstorms. However, snowfall does not occur in the game, because the areas in the game are close to the equator and so the temperatures are constantly in the warm to mild range. In addition to the weather, there are also annual events such as shooting stars and lunar eclipses, and natural weather phenomena such as rainbows or northern lights. Some could happen on a specific day. For example, on August 30, a double lunar eclipse would occur in the sky at a certain time, or on many days in a year. Places. There are 6 places to visit in the game. The 3-world version was released in Germany, and then the 4-world version was released in Germany. The 5-world version was only released in the US, and the 6-world version was exclusive to Japan and China. However, one can download the 6th world version at EMG's website below. A Mile Forest. This place is available in all versions. This is the most famous and important place of the game. It is quite high and there is a wide view over the surrounding forests to the Erms Mountain. In the foreground, there is a straightened branch. A yucca tree, twisted in itself, with hanging leaves, similar to a willow or a birch, can be seen behind the branch. A little further on the right, there are 2 palm-like trees. The Mile Forest is Fin's favorite place to be. Here he plays, eats and sleeps, and here one can observe him very well as he flies and practices his flying tricks, or sings. Here, the player can offer a limo, vary by pressing the spacebar, which he accepts or rejects depending on whether or not he is hungry. Limo Valley. This place is available in the 5-world version and above. Here grow the colorful limo berries that Fin often eats. The valley is surrounded by mountains on which firs grow. The limo bushes, which always form new flowers and berries, grow in the middle of the valley. In the foreground is a hill with many plants, musical flowers and 2 deciduous trees. Fin visits the valley to satisfy his hunger for berries. Here one can observe the way he circles the bushes several times and looks for ripe berries. If he finds one, he plucks it while hovering around the bush to eat afterwards. The player can also beat the Neuro's drum by pressing the spacebar. If Fin is not present, some plants start to play. After a while, animals appear at the concert. As soon as Fin appears, the plants stop the music and the animals disappear one by one. Sugi Woods. This place is available in all versions. It is located on a small woodland, surrounded by tall trees. The trees look like coniferous trees, which bear golden brown nuts, which can be seen sparkling in the wilderness on some nights. The shrubs, bushes and ferns on the clearing resemble jungle plants. On the floor of the clearing lies a hollow tree trunk and a large quantity of nuts or their shells. Fin visits the forest to satisfy his hunger for sugu nuts. Here one can observe him shaking the nuts from the trees by flying through the treetops. Then he eats the nuts lying on the ground. Secret Inlet. This place is available in all versions. It is a small side course of the Rems River, which runs in the jungle and ends there. Here you can see 2 opposite broader banks, surrounded by dense banks. Between the plants are logless trees, whose branches point in a different direction after each visit. There is a tree at the back, with a hole in the trunk, forming a small cave. Fin comes to this bay to relax. Therefore, the player is recommended not to disturb him. However, the player can watch Fin while swimming, playing and catching fish. If the player is lucky, Fin's wife will also appear at this location for a brief moment. Say, Riverbank. This place is available in the 4-world version and above. In the foreground is a cave inside the water. In the background of the upper part of the place, one can see the opposite plant-rich bank. This place is the only one that shows the underwater world of Tio, and only here can the player watch Fin diving and hunting for fish. Fin's wife rarely comes to this place. If both are present, the player can watch the 2 doing a short underwater dance. Nest. This place is only available in the 6th world version. At the left part of the foreground is a bush of many different plants. In the center is the nest of Fin and Finina, which can be in one of 3 stages: construction, final or decayed. In the background is a narrow waterfall that ends in a small river. The place is surrounded by a forest of tall trees. In this place, the player can observe the rearing of Fin Jr. by Fin and his wife Finina. By pressing the spacebar, a loud Fin call will sound, which can cause various things. It is supposed to scare away an enemy named Minfly, Flying Orca, if the latter has approached the nest too much. When the call is exercised, a certain plant is always frightened in the foreground, blooming in a jerky manner and changing its color. Over time, it calms down again and takes its old form. If the player presses it while Fin is in the foreground, he will start to cry. Spin-offs. Animated storybook, to Tio and Back, with Jack is a short point-and-click game. In it, a man travels with a boy named Jack to the planet Tio to search for Fin. Jack wants to bring Fin back with him. Tantan Teo was released in Japan and Korea. In the game, Fin would like to participate in a music festival, but he must first improve his rhythm with the help of his friends. It is a music game in which the player controls Fin with 2 keys and has to reach a certain amount of correct key combinations in the time limit in order to pass a level. TEO 64 is an unpublished version for the Nintendo 64 DD.